Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Pretty Little Podcast. I'm Allie, Violet Vixen Commissaro. As you can see, I'm down my podcaster in crime, but she sends her love. Tonight, we're thrilled to have Mike Ferguson with us. With an impressive resume and a knack for bringing characters to life, Mike shares his insight and experiences from the world of acting. Please get ready for a captivating conversation with one of the industry's finest. Hey!
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Thank you so much for taking the time to come on with us. I'm so excited.
Look, when anybody hits me up for press, I'm going to talk to them because I'm Mike Ferguson. It's what I do.
Oh,
Look, I refer to myself in third person because in this world, that is transcribed and that goes on Google. So everybody's like, I'm always on YouTube doing these 100 millions of views a month. And I'm talking about myself in third person for that specific reason.
That's great.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack you.
No, I just have so many questions. I just want to jump right in.
Sick.
So what initially inspired you to pursue acting?
I had always run to like movies as a kid, like the anti-heroes, Snake Plissken, Ash from Evil Dead. Look, when I had problems in my life as a kid, because life is rough, I would run to movies. All my tattoos are Planet of the Apes, Star Trek, Supernatural. I mean, literally my whole life is movies and television. And I had a hiccup in my own personal life where things were changing. So I fucking went. Look, I started 8 years ago and took a year off growing marijuana. But I went 1,000% in. I got rid of 5 businesses that paid for my retirement and went all in into acting in 2019. And it was really an emotional trigger that did it for me. And I went to that safe space that I remembered movies, but instead of collecting props, I had 10,000 DVDs. I had a prop collection from Evil Dead shit to Wizard of Gore with, I was a huge fan. And that emotional turning point for me just made me decide to pull the trigger and say, fuck it, and go 100% in.
Were you like nervous your first like audition?
I was so scared. This is real shit. I'm a guy that came from a tattoo world. I'm a big alpha male with a big mouth. And that got me far as fuck in that old world. And I get on the set and I'm not shit. Like I am beneath shit. I'm background acting. It was on a cool show for Mike Judge, but my partner waited for me in the parking lot, my wife, for 6 hours because I was so anxiety ridden because this is something that was beyond my scope. I got to meet Mike Judge. It was for Silicon Valley. We bullshitted. He directed me. It was cool. It was a shit job, but I didn't know anything about any of this, and it was terrifying. And the first movie I walked into, so I found it on Craigslist because I did stunts. I was a martial artist. I had 3 daughters. I had done all kinds of shit. So I saw this ad on Craigslist. The pay was terrible. I'm like, oh, it's a way for me to get in more into the stunt side of this. Some fighting. I show up. One of the producers like, hey, how do you feel about rape? And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's introduced me to Denise Richards, Michael Perry, Bruce Dern. It's an anti-death penalty movie. This is the lead of the movie. And I'm going to rape him in the shower because that's what Bruce Dern orders to break this death row inmate down even more.
Were you nervous, like looking at the like all that you have to like learn, especially? Like,
I didn't know anything about shit. I was just a look, and I go in and God bless this Kai, this actor. He's in a new Netflix movie with Jessica Alba.
Oh.
But my first role is raping him in a prison shower. I walked in, take my towel off. My underwear's rolled like a G-string. And then they shot from here, like half cowboy up. So we discussed what we were going to do, but he was Meisner and he fought me for an hour. welcome to fucking acting. My first lines out of my mouth is when I'm raping a man. I'm the father of 3 daughters. I even called my
How do
wife
we
to
even
ask her.
prepare for that role? Like how when you
I don't
hear
think anybody's prepared for that role. But God bless that it had a mess. I'm anti-death penalty. I don't think the government should have any say, which doesn't matter with what I do artistically. But I was proud of that decision. And when the movie came out, they talked about how disturbing that scene was. I didn't know how to release any of. I just in my head, I raped a dude. Like I went to acting classes right after that. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, how do you release that? I just raped a guy. He's Meisner. We did this for 2 hours for minutes worth of footage, you know? And I went to a little community acting class and I got better. But that was my foray into acting. Like everything, the most scary shit you could do. Bang. There you go, Mike.
So let's say in the early, do you watch your own movies?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing is I'm making movies right now. I have a company called Bloodbath and a company called Rad Sin. I did Amityville Uprising, Static Codes, Porterville.
I'm so glad you said it because I have such a hard time pronouncing some words.
Yeah.
Amityville is one of them.
Amityville. Yeah, it's one of the. Look, that was the best movie for my whole career. Lionsgate released that. It was on Peacock last year. This year, it's on Stars and Hulu. So it's for 3 years I've gotten a push from that. And it made millions of dollars. I didn't make millions of dollars on that movie, but it was my first lead. And I'm very thankful for Thomas Churchill for giving me that opportunity. You know what's funny is now that DP from that movie and all those movies I just stated is my business partner. We just finished. We're in the middle of filming our 3rd feature right now. We've got one of the Michael Myers. We've got one of the Leatherfaces. We got me. We got Devaney Penn. I own it. I just finished a movie called Bitches Giving Stitches. I own that motherfucker.
How does it feel?
It's great. Here's the thing is that I'm going with the whole girl gang shit. And really, that's my personal flavor is I think it's fucking, the world's fucking, let's side it way different. And we did an exploitation movie that turns it on its ear. As it's girls fucking winning the day and they don't have to get raped and shit to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Where traditionally that's where they had to go. No, fuck that. Girls are just as strong. And in this movie, I fight my wife.
Oh, wow.
In real life, she's the championship wrestler for Wild Wrestling. She is on CBS.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, stunts, you know?
So was she all into it when you guys were like going at it?
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna say this here now is that I'm producing this shit and I'm help writing it and stuff. And there's a moment where I hit her. We're swapping licks. She says I hit her, and she says I hit like a bitch, and Superman punches me. And her sister stabs me with a fucking katana. It's that type of movie.
Great. You got the whole family involved, like.
Yeah. Look, and that's the thing with movies is that what people don't understand is I just pulled foreign sales MG on myself, so I know how much I'm worth now to any project. So that here's the thing is I wasn't financial literate in my past life. I made millions of dollars. I'm broke as shit because I decided to go full in on art. Now I'm not so broke. It only took a short period of time, but it's understanding being a solid person and having people that can believe and trust in you. You know, in this business, I've talked about this before, is that having integrity in Hollywood will take you far as fuck. We're not in a race against each other at all. Mm-hmm. You know, I've got a global campaign dropping. I have a national campaign where I'm holding a kitten all over the East Coast. They bought another year. God bless y'all. And I'm doing 100 million views a month on YouTube under the character Mike Ferguson, Bounty Hunter. And on the Stokes Twins, who I'm on, they just got to 30 million a month ago. In a video,
how did you get started with the YouTube? Like, how
So
did you
funny
get started
story.
with the?
So let's go prior to COVID.
Okay.
Prior to COVID, in 2019, I shot a TV show in Armenia called Death Squad. We shot for 2 months. The pay was shit, but it was an opportunity to live in Armenia for 2 months. The show ended up getting licensed to CW for a year during COVID. God bless, I had a CW show. Made me worth something, at least in the foreign market. You know what I'm saying? And so I get back, and then it's 2020, and I've been pitching this licensing company because they do the Bay. They do over 100 productions a year, different ones. Like, this is a big company that, not enough people know about. God bless them, because they gave me my whole career. Goes forced into 2020. I go to an Oscar party. Everything's blowing up. I got this movie. Somebody just wrote for me, Amityville Uprising. I'm at an Oscar party sitting with Michael Jai White. People are giving me their like $10,000 dogs to take pictures with. It was stupid. Then I get this pilot for the licensing company I've been trying to pitch, because I understand the business side of this. I didn't pay attention to the past life, but I understand this one, entertainment. And they pitched me on ripping off Patty Mayo, doing the bounty hunter. And so I bought this fucking Dodge Charger. They're like, we'll give you a Lincoln. You guys, I'm like, no, I need a old cop car. And so I bought it myself. They gave me like a stupid budget. I don't want to say on air, but for somebody who never known for his improv or anything, it was a dumb budget. We did 3 days, then I flew out to go do a Western, and then I was going to fly back and do the other 2 1-hour episodes, pilots. These people really believed in me. So I fly out to do the Western, fucking COVID hits. And I'm like, shit. And then I had a little upset in my life, and I moved to East Hollywood. And then in July, when COVID's going on, they pick up the show, the licensing company, for another 13 1-hour episodes. Like, it was the worst improv. It's all dick and fart jokes, but we were on to something. So literally somebody gave me money to develop a character. And then it went live on their trending app. They tried to sell it. It didn't happen. We had 3 1-hours. We would have got another one. But you can watch it on Popstar app. You can watch it on my YouTube channel. It actually exists, guys. If you go back to the oldest videos, there's a 45-minute episode on there. And the funny thing about that is when they put it out, I screen recorded a slap I did, which was a real slap. And they were all friends of mine. I hired all of my friends to come do this improv work for me.
Who'd you get to slap?
I slapped the shit out. I knocked him out. Like, he puts his hands on me, and I'm telling him, hey, buddy, you're pimping and pandering. We are officers of the court. We can take you in. And he fucking keeps poking me. And I'm like, sir, and I stepped back, and we had talked about it, but I didn't realize I hit him harder than I thought I was. I told him I was going to hit him. We worked that out. So it's a wrestling gag, you know what I'm saying? But it was harder. And that sold the pilot, though, because that went viral, 5.2 million views on TikTok in a month.
TikTok's so addicting. It's so addicting. I just love it.
So Ryan Prunty reached out to me, and I developed a character with him. I gave a lore. I worked on his channel for about 1.5 years. And his channel was 1.75 million subscribers. And we were doing 2 and 3 million, 4 million views. So I was over. I was about to quit acting. I just went up to Bakersfield because I used to own a shop up there. And I'm like, I have an old art gallery in the back. It's 1,500 square feet, kitchen, bathroom, let's sit. I moved into that. And I'm like, I'm done with acting. It's stupid. It's bullshit. One of the many times I've done this. And then we go out. I'm in the middle of tattooing. TV's on YouTube, and boom, the video pops up. It's fucking viral, and it's long form, so it's like a fucking 20-minute episode. And I'm like, and my partner looks at me. He's like, "You're gone." I was like, "Goddamn right I am." So I fucking hauled my ass back here. I didn't give up my apartment, which I have a beautiful place, studio, but in Hollywood you don't need much more. I live in It's the art district. It's Los Feliz. I'm connected to Barnesdale Art Park, which is on the top, the highest point in Hollywood. It's lovely. It's lonely, but that's what acting is sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So that Ryan Prunty gave me my life, and then this kid, Topper Gill, 3.5 million subscribers. I'm like, all right, he's big on TikTok. He hits me up, and I'm like, I'm 700 a day, kid. He wants me to steal my whole gag from this Ryan guy. Well, this gag with Ryan, I'm Mike Ferguson, professional bounty hunter. It's my IP.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to Ryan about it, and he's like, yeah, go make that bag, Mike. So I start working with Topper and his ex-girlfriend fucking like 6 days a week at like 700 to 1,000 a day. He has 30 million subscribers 2.5 years later. The Stokes twins that I just did, a video that did 70 million in a month, real time, as a month right now. They went up 20 million subscribers in 1 month from 2 videos that I was part of. They were at 30 million for years. Now they're at 52 million.
Go out with having that many like followers. How is it like going out and doing like normal things?
Here's the thing. Like it all depends on how open I am to people. Like yesterday, I was at the mall, and I was kind of just hiding out, and not that many people bothered me. But I go to Walmart, malls. I'll sit and take pictures for an hour. I could be sitting in front of a tattoo shop, and people recognize me. Mm-hmm. And that's cool, but at the same time, it's kind of weird because you can't be. You got to be on your P's and Q's all the time, which I'm used to because my youngest daughter is turning 22 in August. I just went and bought her shoes yesterday. Took her to the mall, bought her shoes, gave her a nice meal, took her shopping. We went to Bed Bath and Body Works. I love that fucking place. But that's
their their body washes. They smell so good.
Their lotion. Look, I just started lotioning my body and realizing how important that is as a man. I should have gotten into it a long time ago. But that's nice shit. It smells good. It's good products.
Especially
I feel like I should do a commercial for it.
The lotion's so good for your skin with the tattoos. It keeps them like vibrant and everything.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is I started after I got my 12 years ago, I got my arms lasered off and got them all re-tattooed. And I got pictures of the priors.
How'd that feel?
Huh? It was fucking miserable. It took a year and a half. And fucking, it took a year and a half. And then I spent, this one I flew out to San Jose with Ron Earhart. He drew it on with a Sharpie. And he's famous for the style. I did 9 sessions, 9 days on this. And then I had Roman Abruzio do this one. And they were all telling me it's like tattooing a football now. Because it's been literally there were cover-ups. There was all kinds of shit. It's miserable. I hate getting tattooed.
I know. I have one that I got when I was younger, and it was bad from the get-go, and I should have just stopped, and I kept trying to like make it better and had other people that weren't the best working on it.
Yeah, you had idiots work on idiots work. It's crazy.
Yeah, now it's bad. Now I call her my like she looked like a man. It was supposed to be Marilyn Monroe. Yeah. And it looked very manly. Her jawline was
You manly. Make her a skull. The easiest fix, make her a skull.
I tried to go the zombie route and had her made into a zombie, but the person just wasn't on top.
It happens.
It's very like child zombie.
I mean, here's the thing. At the end of the day, it's a tattoo. It's the memory of why you got it and why that. And look, now I realize that even more. When I had a chance, I lasered it all off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't that as negative as I used to be. I used to have Pinhead, the guy from Night of the Living Dead breaking a bone, eating the marrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool and shit. That's super cool and shit, but it's really tough at parent-teacher conferences. It's really tough. It's really, and that's what I've learned, is that to chill the fuck out for myself. You know what I'm saying? If I put positive energy and positive vibes, my life is sick. You know what I'm saying? I got a thing lately, and this is a funny story, is I'm so busy right now. Like literally, I'm about to do 3 YouTube videos, which is I do stunts on those things.
Okay.
Last Sunday, I smashed through walls with sledgehammers. I do stunt fights on the Stokes twins. I did a crossbody on Zach and did a backbreaker on him and choke slammed him into a pool because I'm a real martial artist and a stunt guy.
Yeah.
And then Sunday they're like, hey, Mike, we want you to jump in this fucking pool with a 13-inch Bowie knife. And I'm like, it's not safe. They're like, we want you to go do this. And I'm like, and they're like, listen, we're going to give you the choice of 3 knives. And they show me the knife and it's 13 inches and iridescent. And it's the scariest fucking looking thing in the world. I got to jump in the pool in full tactical gear. There's a 4-foot kiddie pool inside of the pool. There's a girl on the other side of that pool. The stunt is I'm doing stabbing up underneath to sink that motherfucker. Pull out. I tell them I'm only going to do it 3 times. Because there's a drone, there's an underwater camera, and 3 hard cameras. And then she's got a POV camera in the boat. So this is fucking live. There's no room for mistakes. So when it's a situation like this, that's a stunt on the day, on the thing. I got to put myself.
Mm-hmm.
Myself is at risk, and I have to assess it to see if it's worth it. When I saw this King Kong Bundy knife, the knife to end all knives, and I get out of the pool, and they got it in fucking slow-mo, and I'm stabbing this fucking pool, it's 4-foot side, till I can pull myself over the top, and boom, boom, and give copy to camera while I'm doing it. I terrified the actress. She's so great. I work with her on so many YouTube shows. And I terrified her. But at the end of the day, it was I made sure my body was, and she was, you know what I'm saying? So that was a stunt.
Now, when will this air?
This week. It'll be on the Niche LMAO channel. I just did a video for him, which is surviving 24 hours in prison. I'm a bounty hunter. Nick is doing some really kind of I'm not going to say sus, but it's definitely pushing the limits. It's not kids content. Mm-hmm. And like literally I tattooed him in a prison on his video in his backyard. And I had a giant dude in a ski mask that weighed 400 pounds was hunting them as part of an exercise. I put them against the wall and smashed them with dodgeballs. It's weird.
Oh my God, I have to know what one of your weird fan encounters is. Because like with doing this show, like you've got to have people come up and like give you like weird requests for like bounty hunting and like
I just had a mom give me your number. And so this is funny. I was in New Jersey and I'm at the Dream America Mall and I'm with they flew me out there to shoot this. They filmed me in the plane. I'm in fucking a full Hawaiian outfit with knee pads on and tactical boots. And I went skiing in this, but I'm at the amusement park because we're filming there. This mom recognizes me. And she gives me the rundown real quick. She's there single. She's there for her son. She let me know what hotel. She palmed me her number pretty much. And then she's like, hey, let him know that you're here. So I went over there, did my gag. This kid's terrified because he knows me from YouTube. And these parents that weren't his grabs him. Who are you? I was like, this is his mother. I was like, I'm a YouTuber. Because of the way I look, you know what I'm saying? I'm with the kid's mom. But that almost got me in a wreck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh. And I'm really excited. There's a changing subject. Oh, that's one of the weirdest and it just happened in New Jersey. I do birthday parties. That's a little different and strange. My rate for that's $1,000 a day.
Oh, we got to hear this.
No, I mean, look, man. Look, I do birthday parties. My core audience for Ben Alizart, which I just did 100 million views in a couple months, just on his channel, 150 million. And his main core audience is children. The Stokes twins is 20 to 30. And I just did 70 million and 48 million. I beat Drake. We dropped the same time, and I beat Drake. And I didn't beat Kendrick, but I beat him on all the other in total views. So funny thing is When I start doing this YouTube thing, people still don't act like it's acting or anything like that. And I'm telling you, I'm jumping into pools with 13-inch knives and stabbing on a 7-camera shoot. This is the new entertainment. And the YouTube is that, look, go look at numbers, go look at SoundCloud, go look at all this other shit. Wrestling isn't even over in America. They lost $500 million for Fox News. They evaluated 1.3 billion success overseas. Wrestling's not popular in America. It don't make money, but it looks like it does. Network TV.
You know what? We just had that WrestleMania in Philly.
Yeah.
It was wild. Wild. I mean, people actually like showed up because I know the last.
They show up, but here's the thing: they lost $500,000 on. Nobody's watching online. They show up to the events because they're the best promoters in the world.
You know what? Honestly, I used to be like, I would watch it every week when I was younger.
$500 million. Just think about that. $500 million in a 4-year deal.
Now, I mean, like so much of it is storyline and not actual like wrestling, and it's like so far-fetched now. Like,
no, it is. I mean, and that's the thing. It's not playing over. That's why The Rock, when wrestling starts to take a nosedive or it's doing a bit, the old stars come back. And we just saw The Rock and The Undertaker. They're big drawers, and that's why that blew like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the real reality. When you see the old stars coming out, it's because the new shit ain't working. Go look at their YouTube numbers. Go look at their other stats. Wrestling ain't over. You know what I'm saying? I like to see the ad buys they do on Instagram and all that. Here's the thing. As I got with Rich Piana, I was with 5% Nutrition back in 2012, the beginning of it till near the end. And he taught me about analytics and how to push things and how things work and attaching words. And that's why I'm Mike Ferguson on every YouTube video. Mike Ferguson wins. It transcribes. Just Google me. You know what I'm saying? It's our job in the new world as actors and filmmakers and all that is to make sure that people are watching us. It's not what we just want to watch. It's what everybody want to watch. I'm developing a Mike Ferguson bounty hunter movie right now.
Now, with doing your own stunts, has there been a time that you got hurt?
I got my ankle broken on Beyond the Law with Steven Seagal. I get hurt every time. Gravity's fucking real. Look, I'm 52 years old. What I've done with my career is not normal, but it shows that anybody can do anything. You can. There is no limitation. The only limitation is you. And you're doing my own stunts. It was out of necessity because I was doing low budget shit at high volume. And that now I just did a movie called Desert Dawn with Kelly and Lutz from Twilight and Cam Giganette from Twilight. First time back on screen together. A couple other really big names. I shot that during the strike. It was a SAG film, whatever. I got hurt in that. I'm hurt every movie I do. If you fall against the wall and fall on the floor, it hurts. After doing some of these YouTube shows, I got to rest for a day. You know what I'm saying? Because literally, I pick people up, I slam them, I smash through walls, I use sledgehammers, chainsaws, like gnarly shit. Like it's like what I'm doing on YouTube is popular. It's the new wrestling. I'm a wrestling character. I scream. I sound like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage. That's those.
That's your draw, though. I mean, like I know that. Like I always look at your social media. I'm like, what is he doing now? Like,
it's all in real time. It's like literally, I don't fucking stop. I've got the production company. I'm doing a movie. Remember, I was telling you about the first movie where I raped that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that Jessica Biel movie or whatever coming out on Netflix soon, or already did. I'm doing a movie with him at the end of the month.
Nice. Can you tell us?
See how that goes full circle?
Can we hear anything? Like,
I can't. Well, I'll say this: Sadie Katz is the lead of the movie. Oh. I'm gonna say, Sadie, I love you, but she was supposed to be in my movie. We just shot with Tim, directed and wrote. the my company Bloodbath shot Dracula, L.A.
Oh, see, so much. There's actually a Dracula exhibit that is at this vampire museum that's like near my house. And I was just talking to the guy that is one of the people that's involved in it.
Well, he
Yeah,
should add me.
this
He
is the
should add
year
our
for
company because
Dracula.
we just changed. We just did some different stuff. I hope everybody will enjoy it. We had a great time filming it. We got one pickup day, but we just got finished with that. Great cast, great people. Paris Dillon's in it, and I can tell you that you won't expect anything. I'm a cop in this, and yeah. It's funny is because this business is so small. Paris Dillon's he's a great actor, and he's a producer on The Bay, which is an Emmy award-winning digital daytime drama. These are my friends. You know what I'm saying? These are the people I'm about to talk about developing another movie with him right now, a drama. And if you watch my career, I have a little bit of range.
Yeah, how do you pick what you want to get involved with? Because I'm sure at this point you get sent.
Here's the thing. So somebody just hit me up about a Crow, and I'll be honest, somebody hit me up about a Crow fan film. I will not do fan films.
Okay.
I will not do fan films. I will not. I judge on what the other cast are, when I make my decisions, and what they've done, and that's really where I'm at. With my own movies, it's all my friends, and you're going to see that. The more movies I make with them, you'll see the same people over and over and over again because I want to push their careers the same way that I pushed mine.
Oh, I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, Denise Milford, she's a fucking awesome actress. I can't believe she doesn't work more. But I got to be her partner in Dracula, L.A. She was in Bitches. She plays my wife's sister in that. Leanne, she's a great filmmaker unto herself. I've got a ninja movie in development, a female ninja movie, that catfishes men, and a female ninja movie that's a 2,000-year-old clan who now catfishes men and makes them fight in blood sport.
Wow.
And steals all their assets.
So what would you say is the most like unexpected or like thing that you had to pick up quickly? Like when taking on a role? Like a skill that you had to learn, like basically like momentarily and like do the scene.
Here's the thing is I didn't wait. I didn't wait to pick up skills like firearms. I did firearms and tactical training on my own. Mm-hmm. I had 3 daughters. So we trained at Dan Henderson's place, which was right near my tattoo shop in Temecula, which Dan Henderson is a very famous MMA fighter. Mm-hmm. And we got to train with very great people, high level. And we did that for a while, but I'm like, when are we going to fight in the ring? That's not practical. And then we found Krav Maga. We trained that for 5 years. So I got to do tactical training, hostage situations, takedowns, train with police departments, people in the police department. I got to fight them, which was, God, a blessing. I can't tell you how many police officers I got to punch, and nothing happened to me by just training Krav Maga. So if you want to learn something cool today and punch somebody in the face, Krav Maga is the way.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I learned all that shit, so I have these skills in my toolbox. And being that I've never had a real job, I tattooed my whole life. I've never had a boss. You know what I'm saying? I've been the boss of me. So it's always, that's the only real way to build wealth. And then if you do a team of people, because there's strength in numbers. And if all of you are humming at the same frequency and want to do something, it is possible that there is no one lone wolf in this business. It's groups of people. Mitch Parks is one of my best friends.
Oh, I love that you're saying this because more people need to get on this level.
You guys have to be friends with everyone. I've had best friends that I don't talk to anymore, but I've watched them burn people for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I can't partner with that because I come from a place of love and understanding where I want everybody to do well and not just me. You know what I'm saying? Because if everyone around me is doing well and I've lifted them high as I can, then we're all winning. And that's what Bloodbath Films is we are a collective. We're a collective of artists, filmmakers, carpenters, set builders, ACs, fucking, and we're all friends. And we all see something a little farther. Are we taking a hit on money today? Sure. But we're all investing for a future for tomorrow for all of us. And that's the one thing about, me blowing up right now is that the brands understand. I'm saying I'm pitching testosterone, women's vitamins, women's menopause vitamins. I'm pitching
oh, go ahead. You can throw names out there.
Classic Fit Teas. I do Hone Health. I do women's vaginal probiotics. You'll go over. These are all brands I'm pitching right now in viral campaigns for things. These people know that I'm worth money, $125 an hour, just to speak for them. You know what I'm saying?
So do you do the cameo? Wait, do you do the cameos and everything?
No, I have Cameo, but I don't do that. I get hired by a studio, and they bring me to Pasadena, and I make fake UGC content for them. I get shirtless. They have fake things. I'm shirtless. I got fake girlfriends. All that shit is like literally I can sell anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's your job as an actor. You can be the best actor in the world. If you can't sell nothing, fuck you. Fuck you. You have to be able to sell your movie. If you see a movie I'm in, I promote it like it's my movie.
Yeah.
Because it is. The Flood. All of these movies. Even a movie that I didn't get along with the person anymore because of their business behaviors, I still promoted that movie I was in. And they have another one coming out, and I'll promote it on the day. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing is that's our job to promote movies. But the thing is that most actors don't understand it's doing the jobs they don't like. And it's those UGC ads that I've got 7 campaigns going with over 250,000 views per fucking campaign.
Mm-hmm.
It's the YouTube videos, 100 million views a month. I already did my job for most of these people.
It's the consistency too.
For 6 months, 100 million views.
A lot of people, you'll go on their page and they haven't posted for months.
And all this that I'm doing is in real time.
And I mean, with yours,
I'm meeting with movie theaters. I'm meeting with, look, here's the thing. Network TV doesn't get any views. They do a fucking 2 million and they think that's a hit. For Chicago Fire is 9.9 million. That advertising revenue is the same advertising revenue that's going to YouTube. These kids I'm working for, I watched Topper go from a 1-bedroom apartment in Beverly Hills, in the hills, sick as fuck, to now living in Topanga Canyon 2.5 years later in a 20,000 square foot house, gated community, with a view of the entire canyon with a fucking infinity pool, with skulls on the sides, with a soccer court. So this is where real entertainment's going, and everybody's kind of far behind on it. I just did a movie called Breakout that came out, was out with Louis Mandylor as a small part of it. The distributor was super stoked. It got 4 million views on YouTube. And I have a 2-hour and 20 cut video, a movie on Mike, that's been viewed 3.2 million times. So I've got more watch hours than Uncorked Entertainment or this movie with all these names that sell well overseas. Oh, that's right. I sell overseas. The thing about YouTube, the Stokes Twins, when I get 48 million views, that's worldwide day one. I'm a worldwide brand. So I've done my homework. Now I'm going to bring everybody with me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you're supposed to do. I'm the guy that has to go through, for Allied Bank, I had to go through a criminal background check, a social media check, and a credit check. How many of you people could do that?
Yeah, that's true.
And the same thing goes with all the other brands I do. And I sign waivers with all these. If I get arrested, that they'll sever their relationship and ties with me and all this. I don't get arrested. I'm a 52-year-old man who raised 3 kids, who used to be a tattoo artist. Now he's a movie maker and an actor. All in a short window. You know? In 2017, I grew 7 acres of marijuana.
Is it like crazy? Because I know all the directors, they have to be so different? Like, is it crazy going from working with one director and having it be one way and then kind of being thrown? I mean, because you're constantly on the move.
I do. I like, so this week I've got 3 YouTube videos, then a feature film, and I'm one of the main protagonists in the feature,
Mhm.
and I've got to scream on YouTube and punch stuff and break stuff and then do this movie. Yeah, it's tough because sometimes I'll forget where I'm at, so I'll come real big, and they got to adjust me down because YouTube is, I'm Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? I'm the king of the world, and acting is a little more subtle. And I've been very lucky to have roles like in Static Codes, where the guy directing me was a good friend of mine, and that was great. But then I've worked with directors. I've asked them, "Can I have any notes?" After doing my first take, they look at me and tell me to ask the DP. You know, so that's like, holy shit, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? But that's happened to me. So you just got to be positive and know that every set is a Rubik's Cube, and you got to roll with the punches. There is no exact way for anything. You know what I'm saying? So if I have a feeling about something, if I have, that's malleable. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it. You want me to do it that way? Sure. I can do it 10 different ways, whatever you want. Is destroying that ego and id of me. You know what I'm saying? I think acting's made me a better person after all of these roles and all of these sets. And I work with almost all the same people over and over and over again. You'll see that in my on IMDb. Is that literally I work with the same people over again for a reason.
That says a
And
lot.
yeah, yeah, and I try to help as many people as I can with as much time that I have, which time is the most important thing in the world.
I believe you did a movie with one of my friends, Tom Walton.
Yeah, yeah, I did Camp Pleasant Lake. Yeah, and the
And
DP on that is now my partner.
oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
it's a
Yeah,
small world. Yeah,
yeah.
no, Tom did a great
I've been
job with that.
trying to get him on, but he's constantly on the move
Yeah,
too.
yeah, he just shot a movie in Puerto Rico with Dale Stelly.
It's great to see.
Yeah,
I mean, like I knew him when he was just starting that up, and to
yeah,
see where he is, and to see like the the movie posters hanging
yeah.
in like famous places. Like
Well, seeing the
just
billboard. Here's the thing: is I met Tom Room 9 right after that, and then I met him as a producer on Sheer Bloody Murder. Him and Jared. And Tom, I helped out as much as I could for a little while. Like literally, Jackson's a good friend of ours, and Jackson's been really, he's a dear friend of mine as well, and Tom's. And
Mhm.
Jackson's just been in my career and in Tom's career has been really exponentially helped out. You know what I'm saying? And that's I met him on that was Sean C. Phillips' movie and Will Colazzo's. That's supposed to come out on Lionsgate, so we'll see about that. I know they did DCP for that, so who knows? Uh, fucking, but yeah, I've known him for a while, and he developed Camp Pleasant Lake right here on this couch behind me,
Oh, awesome.
and RSVP right on this couch behind me.
That's amazing. Like,
It's
yeah,
a small world. I mean, that's at the end of the day. Here's the thing: everybody lands where they're supposed to, and time will tell. I mean, for all of us. But here's the thing: is it you want people to watch what you're doing?
Mhm.
That's the whole point of this, because we don't make movies just for ourselves, because that would be just ridiculous. We make movies for the widest audience possible. Now, and you try to string people together of that, and then you try to tell a story that hooks them. And that's what you need.
You're nailing it from all angles though, because you've got like
I just had the #2
the
movie on
older
Hulu.
group that all know who you are. You've got the younger group, and especially with being on TikTok and everything, like you're covering all those age groups.
I'm viral on every platform. Uh, Showdown with the Grand, my movie with fucking is on Paramount's Pluto right now. The Flood was just trending at #2 on Hulu. You know what I'm saying? Static Codes has done incredibly well for me. Camp Pleasant Lake just came out, which Bonnie Aarons, the nun, and Andrew Divoff are my mother and father in that movie.
Do you get starstruck? I mean, has there been anybody that you're like, wow, I am working with this person. This is insane.
No. In the beginning, sure. Like I was scared to death working with Tito Ortiz in Silencer back in 2017. Him and Johnny Mesner. I'd worked with Mesner before. No, after that. But that was my first time working with Mesner, and I fight both of them or get fucked up by both of them. I died twice in that movie. I was starstruck on that one. Like I literally couldn't get lines out of my mouth. I was shit. That was the worst fucking role I've ever had. But it was you know what I'm saying? I got better. But yeah, I got starstruck on that one. Tito Ortiz.
Would you say
it's
that
funny because I got a chance. Go ahead.
As far as characters, who like, yeah, I understand the raping the guy probably wasn't easy, but that was early on. Have you had any that have been challenging midway?
Steve Wilson. Yeah.
Which one?
Steve Wilson from they're all challenging. If you look at my role if you look at my role in Camp Pleasant Lake, I was tortured for 2 days in that chair acting in a fucking garbage enclosure with fucking ants in it with KY syrup, with jellied blood between my legs, on an ant pile. So you talk about which ones are hard. Well, shit like that's not planned very well. That's dumb as fuck. Let's put syrup in Mike's crotch and put it on an anthill. You know, people don't tell you about that. And then literally I do that for 2 days getting tortured. And then I jump in my car. I shower at a fucking KOA fucking shower on that movie. Drive over to fucking downtown LA because I was shooting Showdown at the Grand at the same time. I was shooting those two movies at the same time. So I got to drive over. I've got no sleep. I've been getting tortured. I had to get night, and I get tortured in this fucking thing. And it's only minutes on the screen. We shot 2 days of that because there's fucking, and so I'm getting tortured for 2 days. Next day I'm over with no sleep, and I got to get my pinky cut off by Amanda Rigotti with a katana. So, and I on that movie, Showdown at the Grand, I did a pull and landed on my neck.
Oh.
When I got shot by Terrence, they hired me on that. They're like, we knew Mike was a stuntman, so we'll take him. I was like, thanks. and I thought I broke my neck on that job. That was right after I did that gag right after Camp Pleasant Lake, or in the middle of Camp Pleasant Lake. I thought I broke my neck.
You can't tell with any of them. You make it, I mean, you really nail it because, I mean, all these stories, like you would, even the ones that you said you had a hard time with, you would never know it.
Well, that's our job. The only thing that fucking matters is what's that camera picks up.
Yeah. I'm
method actor, so I'm a miserable prick if I'm a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like I'm a method actor, but yeah, it's fucking tough. It's really tough, all this stuff. But again, it's what's in front of that camera is the most important thing. Everything else doesn't matter. And it's how far will you go to get the shot? You know what I'm saying? When you know that you are capable of doing that shot, no matter what, and that you're going to fucking complain, but you're going to do it. I can't tell you how many actors wouldn't do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Or couldn't do what I do. When I shot in Thailand, that movie with Nikki Whalen, I got hit up on Facebook on a Saturday night. Hey, would you come to Thailand? We got this role. Would you read for it? So I read for it, gave it to him in the morning. He's like, it was no money. It was the worst paying job that I've had in years. But they were off. I flew out. So I did that. We negotiated, and I flew out the following Friday. You know what I'm saying, to Thailand. And I got the script when I was on the plane. And so I'm fucking grinding on this. And because as soon as I land, I got to shoot. And then I have a bunch of days off. And I'm just like, all right, cool. But yeah, that was difficult as shit. You know what I'm saying? So I have to cram for some of these roles. Like I was flying, I just finished Operation Black Ops.
Oh, I'd be terrified because I'd be so afraid I'm going to forget like full lines.
I was flying. I was shooting Operation Black Ops here in California with Tito Ortiz and Chris Cyborg.
Okay.
My next movie was in Texas, And my fucking lines, they had me for 2 or 3 days at like 500 a day. And they put me in a beautiful hotel. And they covered my facial tattoos up, and I play an old town sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
Great role, great movie's going to be out soon. So I don't, on the flight to Texas, I got off book. I read it 2 or 3 times, but I was reading the whole time. And I just printed this script. Those are the lines I got, pages. I don't think it's all of them. I have 31 pages in the next script or something like that, including stunts in 3 days.
That's insane. Like,
look, when we were in Armenia, so when I did Death Squad, that was the best acting school for me. I got to work with Mike Markoff.
mm-hmm.
He's in the new Hitman with the new Linkletter film that Netflix bought for $20 million. It's got who's that guy?
That Netflix, man, they're just taking over.
Well, yes and no. Yes and no. They still don't have the subscriber base that YouTube or anything else. They are the big conglomerate. Universal's doing pretty good too. Paramount is falling apart. They don't make any money. BET hasn't made money in 10 years. Their linear's falling apart. They've lost $2.5 billion the past 5 quarters. They owe $14 billion or some ridiculous amount in taxes in arrears that's coming due now. So that's Sinclair that's cable. That's why the Skydance deal didn't go through. I know about business now. Thank God blessing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching it. It's not the business is falling apart. It's going to be gone in 2 years to 5 years. It's falling apart already. Is what we're dealing with is because these are publicly traded companies. 1 million views isn't enough. Natalie Portman came out and said it eloquently in Deadline at the beginning of the year. That type of acting is gone. And it's not in favor anymore. It's not. It's what the world's devolved to is more campiness. And it's YouTube. And those are the new stars. And she said it, hit around the head. The guy from the new Hitman just said the same thing in Hollywood Reporter. The lead of that, who they just put in Twister. Because it's true. There's the same advertising dollars going to those motherfuckers as what we get with no advertising. They're spending $50 million in advertising. And we're getting 10 times more views, 100 times more, consistently. On one brand you can trust. On one brand you can trust is Mike Ferguson.
So I don't want to keep you on that much longer.
Yeah, I've talked a lot.
But I have to ask, what's one of your favorite places that you've done on location?
Whoa, location shot?
Yeah.
Was Armenia. I was there 2 months. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world. I'd love to go back. Associated Television International is grateful to do that. For an American actor with not too many credits to be able to pick up, do 13 one-hour episodes, that's unheard of. And Armenia was beautiful. Thailand, holy shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to shoot up in like super high up north, fucking was Washington State or whatever. I got to shoot there a couple of years ago. It was the most beautiful. My Airbnb, it was all little islands. And it looked like something from a fucking movie. I'm just grateful that I'm able, look, I'm a carny. I've been selling shit for years. That's all acting is selling somebody a lie or something that ain't you. And I've been telling people they're beautiful for years when they're ugly as shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. And it's people like me, P.T. Barnum, things like that, the Jim Rose. But I'm the new age of that. Is I'm doing movies that are female forward, that are horror movies, that are strong, that are fucking. I know what's happening. Not everybody does. They're screaming in an empty sky. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, fuck it. My lawn's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. It's really like been so great having you on. Like, I mean, I just love hearing all the stories, and you've done so much. I mean,
it's been a race. It's been a race because I knew right in the beginning this was a money business. Mm-hmm. And if you make yourself worth money to productions, you will work until the end because things go in cycles. And just learning analytics and all this shit is that this has given me a life that I can't imagine. Is I get to do cool shit nonstop. I flew in a helicopter 2 weeks ago.
I did promise that I would ask. How does it work when, like, we have a lot of bands that come on that
Yeah.
some are signed, some are unsigned. When you're doing a film, what do you kind of look for with the soundtracks and like the music and like stuff like that?
Now, I have no control on any of that. I
No.
never have any control. That's the least amount of control you have. Like with my movies, we just so my business partner used to run EDM magazine or some shit like that, and he's connected to all these EDM artists. I have a hardcore and metal background. I put out Converge's first 7-inch. I put out Overcast, which is now Kill Switch Engage, and
Wow.
Shadows Fall. I have a music background. I'm an old hardcore guy from East Coast, and I came out here because of a girl, because that's what we all do. And yeah, settled down or whatever. But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm more into metal. Like I'm friends with Des from Devil Driver. I've done a bunch of his tattoos. The guys from Bleed the Sky, all friends of mine. I was front row and center at Danzig's things because I know his assistants and managers and shit. You know what I'm saying? So look, when it comes to music, I have no control in that. I've got the rights to a couple songs, like Kettle Cadaver. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I've heard of them.
Edwin Borsheim, he's a great friend of mine. He hung himself, but he was the realest of the real. He was Gigi Allen times 7, and he burned bright, and they don't last that long. But I own some of the rights to his songs, and I put them in other movies, and I'll continue to do that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So we went over so much stuff. I just want to go over one more time. What is the next project that you have coming out, just so our fans can keep an eye out?
Oh man, I've got a movie at cons right now called Protos. Let me pull that up real quick. 'Cause I got a lot of shit. I got like 40 movies in post production. I'm not going to take you that long to tell you all that. But there's a bunch of big ones. In July, I think, is when Desert Dawn with Killian Lutz. No, I think that's on Saban Films. I could be wrong. But that'll be everywhere. We'll have a limited theater release. Limited theatrical.
Viewers, if you didn't see Camp Pleasant Lake, you got to check that out.
That's coming out June 1st on Stars, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And then I have Thomas Walton's RSVP coming out the 30th.
Oh, wow.
And that's a straight up karate movie. It's an action movie. It's a horror action movie. It's a departure for Tom. I wish him nothing for the best on this one. I hope he gets some promotion on it.
Oh, we do
No,
too.
because that's what this business is.
For you.
No, I mean, so I have When It Rains in LA, Neighbors Who Kill. I've got a lot. I got a list of 40 movies, But yeah, those are the big ones. Is the RSVP in Camp Pleasant Lake. Those is going to be Stars. I have 7 movies on Hulu right now. One of it has been on there for a year. The Last Deal, a crime movie based around the 2017 legalization around marijuana. That was part of that. So follow my fucking journey.
Wait, what's that one called?
The Last Deal. The Last Deal. Anthony Molinari, he was a lead in that. And Sala Baker, who was in The Killer with Michael Fassbender, Netflix movie. I got to work with those guys. Like, as we shot that in August 2020 during COVID.
Oh wow! So that
I worked nonstop. I worked nonstop during COVID.
Yeah,
I gave all in. I was like, it's real.
In general,
I'm sorry.
Do you ever sleep?
I get about 4 or 5 hours sleep a night, and this actually, I live in a studio, so this is they make fun of me, my bunk bed that I'm sitting underneath, and I do all my podcasts. I don't leave the house too much unless I'm working, but it's a lot. So,
you know what? Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, unless I'm almost like forced to go out, I'm like, you know what? Got everything I need here. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I got a projection TV. I can watch fucking movies. I got a PS5. I've got all the snacks in the world. I got to watch that. And, look, people don't understand is like for Dracula, LA, I lost 15 fucking pounds for literally a movie that I owned. For The Flood, I was 240 pounds, and I lost 20 pounds to be Steve Wilson in a month and a half for static codes. Is that I'm really going all in, even on these lower budget things, because I understand if people are responding to it, because it ain't bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what I want to ask you.
Cool.
I'll wrap it up after this, but are there any roles that you're looking to play or that you want to try to tackle in the future?
Yeah, I want to be somebody's bumbling uncle. A bunch of kids trying to take care of their old fucking bumbling uncle. That's
Nice.
what I want to do. Here's the thing: is I'm over with comedy. Like kids get me, kids, teens, 30 somethings. My demo's fucking like 12 to fucking 40 something,
I can believe it.
which is the prime market, men and women. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's I have analytics that back that up now
Mhm.
because I've been working all these channels now for so long. So I show this to distributors now. I'm like, yeah, so what's up, dudes? This distributor just had a movie in cons. They didn't put that I was in it. And I chastised them. I was like, listen, you motherfuckers. I sent them my analytics, sent them all my shit because they know what's up. And I was like, do your homework. Know who you have. They changed the name of that whole movie because of me.
You must be so much fun to work with and just be around. Like, I watch your videos and I'm like, I want to be friends with him. I want to come out and I hang out with him and do.
Yeah, you come hang out. I'm in LA. I just chill. I got a coffee shop up the street. I have a gym right on the same level here in my apartment building. It's great. I can see the Hollywood and Griffin Observatory from the pool barbecue.
Wow.
And you know what I'm saying? Like life is amazing. If I'm depressed, I go stand out there. And I'm like, I'm doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's funny is that so I told you that I had some personal problems in my life years ago. Me and my wife are 1,000% strong. I've been married for 25 years. I have 3 beautiful daughters that are all doing fucking kick ass. I'm probably doing the least of all of them. But you know, it's blessings. Is that I've lived a pretty good life. I look like a weirdo. I was not.
Are your daughters interested in acting or?
No, they got real careers. They got real. My daughter is trainers. They fly her all over the country to train people for this job or whatever. She does really well. Her husband works for the same company. My middle daughter, she paints prosthetic eyes in Colorado.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, it must be one
because
of
she
the
like
coolest jobs. That's so random.
she went from everything. She's been through so much schooling until she found what she wanted, and so and my youngest daughter, she's cool. She's like me. We kick back. She's the reason. Fuck it out. She's the reason why I got into the weed business.
Oh,
She had
really?
scoliosis when she was 13. I was super anti-marijuana until she got scoliosis. They tried to give her Oxycontin. They fused her back all the way from neck to lower back, put rods in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
Whole life going to be in there. They tried to give her oxys for pain management at 13. We found a doctor to put her called THC and CBD. So I sold 2
I know
businesses and
quite a
created
few
a weed
people that
business.
have been through similar things, and I agree. I think that they pushed a lot of that stuff. I mean, I've lost a lot of friends that were in
We all have.
situations like
We all
that.
have that. When it's a thing, you have to have Narcan around. That's crazy. You
But
know what I'm
I
saying? That's
definitely
crazy.
agree that
That was corporate greed. That's all it was.
THC and so I mean, they're coming out with new things every day.
That's it. Look, THC is a medicinal, beautiful medicinal drug, and I got to explore it and grow the plant and extract it and make oils with it, and really just because I wanted my daughter to be okay, and I wanted other people's families to be okay. Then the bottom dropped out of that industry because I got into it right as everybody was jumping in corporate, and that's what The Last Deal's about. So please, that did really well. It was a really good movie, but that's what The Last Deal is about: corporate taking over the whole weed business.
Oh, I'm definitely checking it out. Like, as soon as I get off, I'm gonna mark it on
All
my
right. Well,
list.
listen, you have a great day. I got to get out of here. I'm speaking about marijuana. It's my time for a break.
Thank you so much, and we will have to have you come back on because You're just doing new things every day.
Listen, guys, I do want to shout out my wife. She is the champion wrestler on CBS. Check your local affiliate. It is on CBS. It is Wild Wrestling. Jenny Buss is her boss and owns the Lakers. So let's go. Been on TV 5
Mike
years.
Ferguson is telling you to watch it.
Go watch Wild Wrestling. What are you doing?
Thanks again.
All right. You have a great one. Thank you so much.